You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It is beautiful here. It's nice and quiet. Snow's falling a little bit, and everything's white out there. It's really pretty. Nice and quiet and still. I like this kind of winter stuff. I don't like cold and crappy and cloudy if there isn't some snow to make it pretty. So if you have any control over that, make sure we get lots of snow. Welcome to the next episode of the Two Scotch Funk Worldwide Lounge. Today, we're going to talk about villains. Yeah, that's right, the bad guys. Nothing better than a good villain in Christmas time. I was chatting with a friend yesterday, and I was inspired to do this episode. Okay, so why villain? Why do I want to talk about such things at these cheery holiday times? I mean, it's Christmas. We're talking about presents and family and all the good stuff. We will. That'll be another episode. And one of the things I want to do right quick is say thank you to the people that have been reaching out to give topics, because that one I did a couple days ago, Tuesday maybe, was a suggested topic, and it really turned out well. Not the podcast so much, but the response. It was fantastic. So some of the podcasts that I do that are more planned out and less spontaneous may not be as good. So let's go with these requested topics. I have another one in the queue after this one, so we'll work on that tomorrow. But let's get this villain thing talked about. I am the villain and bad guy in someone's story. I don't like it, but I am. And I had to do some real deep reflection as to why. Now, sometimes I completely deserve it, and I wish I was better at certain things than others. I'm not, but I'm working on it. But this story is kind of interesting. One of my friends, yep, I have some, and I can count them quickly, but I do have some, wants me to go out with this certain person. Not interested at all, really, but she just thinks, oh yeah, you guys would be perfect. Well, I've got other things going, so I'm just not really keen on this person. And it's nothing other than it just isn't a fit. Well, this other person thinks I'm a jerk, and that's okay. She doesn't know me, really, at all, but she's formed this opinion that I am this jerk, and that's okay. To a point, it used to matter to me. I always wanted everybody to like me, and that was important. And I was trying to figure out, what the hell have I done? What did I do? Blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter at all. I look at this person's life, and it's not great. I mean, it's just... she's a miserable, unhappy person. And that's unfortunate, because I don't think she deserves it, but I don't know, maybe she does. Doesn't matter. The point is, I'm the villain. And now I understand why. We all need a villain to a point. And I used to do this very same thing. And I remember it, and I wish I didn't, but I do. Until I started looking in the mirror, I needed someone to blame for my misery, the things that weren't fair, air quotes there, fair, to me. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening at all? Well, it's because of this person. I wanted to be happy like the happy people around me, and I was miserable. And there was 0% chance that was my fault. It's awful damn hard to look in the mirror and say, man, there's one person responsible for your happiness, and it's the one looking at you in the mirror. I'm not real fond of looking at myself in the mirror anyway, but that's just because of my face. But the introspection is, what do I have to do to be happier? Is it truly someone else's fault? Is this villain someone that's real? Did I manufacture them? Well, yeah, it's not easy. This is hard work. I remember my villain, and he and I are buddies to this day. We weren't for a while, and I mean, we were never in a pissing contest or anything, and he'd never done anything other than be kind to me. But I was so jealous of him. Everybody liked him. He was affable. He was funny, smart, great sailboat racer, just a damn good guy. But for some reason, that was the guy that I didn't want to like. I was jealous of his happiness. Everybody liked him. I wanted to be that guy. He was always happy. I wanted to be that guy. None of, and I mean this, 0% of what was happening to my life, in my life, or to me, had anything to do with this guy. Just a good dude, and that's why we're buddies today. Why did I pick him? I have no idea. I was a drunken idiot way back then, but now I'm just a sober idiot. But I can at least look back and say, okay, I didn't like him because I was jealous of him. I wanted to be liked. I wanted to be happy. Couldn't figure out how to do it. So screw it. He's the bad guy. After I got my act together and kind of got things back on track, I had to apologize to him, and it wasn't easy because he didn't even know. He had no idea that I wasn't real fond of him and couldn't understand why. And after we had a chat, it was probably one of the most eye-opening chats for me because he was really good about it. He's like, I've been there. No big deal. And it isn't a big deal if you fix it. If I sit there and wallow and hate somebody or think they're a jerk or whatever because I'm unhappy, it's not affecting them at all. This whole time that I was upset with him or thought he was the bad guy, all I did was hurt myself by not being a friend to him because he had so much good stuff to offer. Just good insight, good knowledge, good everything. He's just a damn good dude, and I'm glad he's my pal. So I had to run down the list of things. Why was I unhappy? Why was I such a miserable son of a bitch? There's a long list, and every single thing on that list, if I put a check mark next to the things I was responsible for, if there was 10 things on the list, there were 10 check marks. I was responsible for every single thing that wasn't quite right with my life. The divorce, yep, didn't like it, couldn't change it, it was already done, move on. All the other stuff, I mean, that was a big one at that time, but as I got better, as I got further away from the epicenter of the events and stopped blaming everybody else, the villains kind of fell away. And once you get rid of the villains, that space is still filled. There is no vacuum in life. Outer space, yes, but not in life. A bad guy leaves, bad girl, whatever. The villain vacates the premises, leaves Gotham. Well, it's filled with somebody good. And this is the really cool part. The bad guy leaves. But then, and the bad guy is a hypothetical or a figure in your head, but what's happening is you're changing you. So the bad guy leaves your heart, and the rule of exponential goodness takes over. That bad guy leaves, and all of a sudden that person's a good person again to you, even though they haven't changed. You have. And wow, you're friends. And it's great, and things are good. Guess what? All of a sudden you're changing the rule of exponential goodness. I just made that up today. You're changing, and you're happier. You're doing the work, and you attract what you are, what you're becoming. And it becomes out of control. All of a sudden, you are surrounded by good people. Now, guess what? You always were. Even the bad guys, even your villains are probably good people. You just can't see it because you need someone to blame. It's on you. And this was on me. So the rule of exponential goodness kicks in. You're attracting more and more of the people you want to be around and that want to be around you again. Imagine that. Maybe people don't want to be around us because we're miserable. So the rule of exponential goodness kicks in, then critical mass hits. You cannot wake up anything other than happy. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's a great place to be. You got to put the work in, and sometimes you got to humble yourself and apologize to people that you've wronged, maybe not ever to their face, but maybe you have in the background somewhere, or maybe just in your thoughts, your heart, your mind. That moment that you humble yourself and say, hey, listen, I have not been kind and I apologize. It gives them the chance to say, okay, up yours, or hey, man, that's cool. Let's get after this and let's go have some fun. You can't help it. Critical mass hits. You're surrounded by beautiful people and life is good. That's it. One of the things I figured out is it is not the world's responsibility to accommodate me and my moods. I usually wake up every day in a damn good mood. I like to go to bed in a good mood. Some things still piss me off, but that's life. It's not forever pissed off. It's, man, that was really dumb, or it really made me angry. I can't believe this person did that. I can't believe I did that. But man, to wake up refreshed and happy every day, what a gift. So am I the villain in lots of stories? Yeah, I wish I wasn't. Some of them are earned, some are not. Some are going to be that way for a while because the people that need me as that villain, unfortunately, are the weakest ones, and I hate it. I wish I could fix it. I wish we had some way to sit down and visit, go through it, but it takes courage on both sides, and we're not there yet. Hopefully someday. I am ready, that's for sure. Here's my homework for you. If you got a villain, we all do, I suppose, some fashion, take a look and try to figure out why. Some of them are legitimate, some of them are not. Work on the ones that are not. Maybe reach out, maybe do some soul searching on your behalf. Figure out why that villain exists. Maybe it's time to let him go. Life is short, no doubt about it, and it's getting shorter. My Uncle Marv has about 1 million sayings, and all of them are good. Most of them are hilarious. This one's really poignant, though. He says this to me after Dad passed. They were best friends. He said, the line's getting shorter every day. And he's right. I don't like it. I mean, I'm glad that he's right on all the other stuff, but man, I wish he wasn't on that one. But it is. Line's getting shorter every day. How much time do I want to spend of what I've got left? Who knows how long that is? Nobody does. How much of that time do I want to think about bad stuff as opposed to good stuff? How much time do I want to spend working on me to get better so I'm better for other people and myself? It's nice to be around people that are nice. It's nice to be happy. Man, if you take anything away from this podcast episode, let your villain go. That's all. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.